Let me first of all tell you that Southern Illinois, veteran players, well coached. Barry does a great job with this team. An NCAA tournament level team. Missed some threes today, or could have easily beat us, but hard second game. I'm still mad we scheduled it. I'm mad we scheduled the first one when we did. And after we played 2 exhibition games, I knew where we were. But we made strides today. Nick made strides, Emmanuel made strides, EJ made strides, Quad A made strides. And just so you know, I'm riding the guys that are playing. If you're fighting like crazy, making good decisions, then I'm going to ride you and we're going to play. We had some guys not play well. I just said, hey man, be happy we won and figure it out. I got a pretty good mindset of how I'm going to do this now, and I'm glad that we really got smashed, so there was no question. What if we'd have lost by 5 or 6? Oh, we're okay. No, we're not okay. And so my mindset and how I've got to go forward and what I'm going to emphasize and what I'm going to demand. If you demand a lot, you get a lot. If you accept mediocrity, you're going to get it every time. If you accept them doing what they choose to when they choose to, that's what you're getting. And you get sloppy play and you can't win ball games. So I have a pretty good mindset. I was more aggressive today, could you tell? I was a little more aggressive today. And I was happy with Emmanuel and how he dealt with it, because it's what it is. It's a man's world. Let's go.
All right, guys, raise your hands. We'll get a mic to you. Questions, anyone?
Wow.
Back. Andrew, all in the back.
Coach, you are down 44-37, and then you go on the run. What changed over the next couple of minutes for you guys to get everything going?
Well, first of all, we were down 8 because they made that free throw, I believe. Didn't we go down 8? We never went down 8?
Down 7 in the second half.
All right, well, at some point, and I told you guys, I was glad because I have to figure out who's going to be able to make plays, stops, make good decisions. I'll tell you what a great play was. The play where Quad A went under the basket to help Nick so they couldn't throw it over the top, and still stole the skip pass, threw it ahead, and we dunked. Basically, that was the game. Now, he could have gone under, and as the skip went, let the guy get a 3, and maybe they win the game. And he says, well, you wanted me to help, which we're getting some of that right now. Well, yeah, we do, but we also want you to be able to play your man. A veteran move. I thought Emmanuel played really well, made big shots when we needed. But again, he took a tough shot going down the middle with about 17, 18 on the shot clock. Why are we doing that? I thought Quad A took one standing on the wing, a desperation through. We didn't need it at that point. But how about the play where we threw it ahead to Keldon? Did anybody think he was going to pass that ball? Not one soul who watched it, who was in the gym. People were sleeping saying, oh, he's shooting that one. And he passed it because of the shot clock. And he passed. PJ rebounded that last ball. Instead of trying to get his, he passes it out so we can finish the game. We made strides. Some guys didn't play well. So move on, next game, let's figure it out.
Jerry.
John, especially in the first half.
Go ahead.
Especially in the first half, you struggled with turnovers, not so much in the second half. What changed?
Look away passes, make the hardest play, throw bounce passes instead of lobs. Loose with the ball. Keldon and PJ had 3 each at half. Like, wait a minute, how? So, you know, we did have a lot of turnovers, and we got some guys who got to get better with the ball. We got to get better with the ball, too. We're going to show them tomorrow all 19 turnovers, and I'll have one question after each one. Was that necessary? Some of them were pretty good plays. Okay, they got a hand on it. But my guess is 9 of them were like, why in the world would you even attempt that? Today, I thought some guys played for us. I thought every single guy last game played for themselves. every single guy on the court. Today they played for each other a little bit. And we had to, or we wouldn't have won the game.
John, we're on the right.
Sean, Nick had 19 rebounds. That was as many as the entire Southern Illinois team. Is rebounding just a matter of effort on his part?
Well, we need Nick on the court. I knew after Duke, where they shot layup, 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 you got to have a shot blocker in there. So we need him on the floor. I thought EJ played well too, by the way. But the 3 blocks, and EJ got 2, that's 5 blocks. That's 5 blocks between. That changes. Now you're not going in there just to shoot layups. I thought we collapsed defensively better, but Nick gives us something we don't have now. He should have had about 10 more points. He faded away on shots. He's still got stuff. He, fumbled a couple balls, one-handed caught a couple balls. But look, if he'll fight and go after balls and block shots, we can deal with the rest of it. He was good. Happy for him. I was worried. The exhibition games and even the last game, I mean, you worry. You just, you want every kid to play well.
Calvin back.
What was the annual game plan coming into tonight?
Well, they play a lot like Kansas plays. They play a lot of high-low basketball. They play a lot of screen roll, kickback, post-ups. And it was good for us because we had to really work on being tighter and not stretching the floor out and coming off on the weak side. And when you got young players, they just forget and they're guarding their own man, and all of a sudden it's a throw over the top and a layup, or a guy drives and there's a layup because we're not collapsing on drives. And I thought most of the game we did a pretty good job.
Go Larry, then Jerry.
John, is Tyler not taking the kind of shots you want, or is he just not making shots right now?
Probably both. I thought the open shots he had, he didn't take. And then he had one where he bounced it and tried to shoot it, and then the fadeaway late. I'm telling him, you gotta have the shot before you catch the ball. Before you catch it, you know you got a shot. In high school, you catch it and you say, do I have a shot? And then you bounce it, just shoot it, or do whatever. You're the best player in the high school team. As you move in this sport, most of your shots are before you catch it. And if some of it's boom, because he can shoot, and then he drives for layups or does the things he does, he's still not there yet. I thought he defended better. But, and I told him after, I'm happy he's going through this. Deal with it. Deal with it. This isn't just easy, it's hard. Every game we play, teams are going to come in here and play, and they're going to give us a good game.
Jerry.
And if I heard you right, you said you figured out how you want the team to play. I wonder if you could.
I haven't figured all that out, but I know how we're going forward, what's going to be demanded. There are certain things that, a game, in-house stuff that I'm demanding when we practice. And, we had some guys that got mad last practice. Got mad for holding them accountable. No, do it again. And I had to explain to them, you're not supposed to be mad. I'm supposed to be mad. You got this backwards. And it's, again, when you're dealing with young kids and I told them, it's not their fault. Whose fault is it? It's my fault. If we went to that, I told them, you're good guys. I never saw coming what happened up there. You know why? Because I really didn't have a good read. That's my job as a coach, to have a good read on where we are. I had no read at all. I knew Bahamas, there were flaws, and I knew that's not who we were going to be. Today we grinded. We need to score easier, but we had to grind it. But this thing, as we go forward, is you're held accountable. This is what we're asking you to do. And we're not arguing. We have we have our buddy in the gym, he's called the treadmill, that's going at 17 miles an hour for 30 seconds. Just get on the treadmill. And I tell him, hold on before you get on, because it's already running. Then start running, and then let go, and then run for 30 seconds, and then hold it, and then put your feet on both sides, and then come back in there. No, go ahead, go on, buddy, get over there. So it is holding their feet to the fire to say this is what's acceptable. And what you'll see is a much more disciplined basketball team. That's not on these kids, that's on me. The way they played up there, each of them looked bad. Not one of them looked good. That's on me. And I let them go out there and play that way. I got a lot of work. It's, you know, this is that we got a lot of work to do to get this team where it needs to go. But I'm loving this group of guys, and I'm just saying, be responsible, own your performance. Don't blame anybody, don't blame me, don't blame the fans, don't blame the other team, don't blame the officials. Own your performance. It's the only way you get better.
Daryl.
John, I wonder with the freshmen you bring in here every year to play under this spotlight, how much of, especially when kids struggle early, how much of it is maybe pressing for the first time in their life, just trying to do that much better?
There's this thing, you can't explain how it's going to be till you get here. And again, let me say this. I have friends. I got a bunch of high school buddies here. They look. We went to high school together. They look much older than I look. But but all of this, they're looking at these guys saying, "Wow, what they're up against." Every kid that we bring here thinks this is going to be easy, and that there's a magic wand called Kentucky. You put the uniform on, you made it. Nope. You got to take what you want. You have to take it, and you have to be about your teammates. You can't be about yourself here, because no one makes it there. They talk about the fans. My guys are saying these fans. Our fans are the best. Do you know how many people showed up in Indianapolis? It was crazy. People were blown away. They deserved a better effort than we gave them. But guess what, fans? We're not ready for that yet. Please stay with us. And if you're mad at anybody, you should be mad right at me, not these kids. They're going to do what I'm asking them to do. Obviously, I wasn't as disciplined myself or asking enough from them. But they get here, they find out, wow, this is hard. Tyler's figuring it out. Keldon's figuring it out. Ashton's figuring it out. Stuff's hard here. And you can't just do what you want to do. Well, you don't understand my game. I do. I do understand your game. I'm trying to get you to play a way that you look good and we win.
Last one, Curtis, right here.
Is there anything preventing PJ from getting going offensively? And I noticed some tape on his fingers tonight. Is his hand okay?
You know what? He's struggling a little bit, and he's still, you know, he had an operation on that hand, and I don't think right now he's confident enough yet in that hand. But my thing is, forget the hand, just run and go crazy and play with unbelievable energy and get away from what you look like in other areas. Just make easy plays and fly up and down. But he's going to have to work his way through it. I mean, I can't do it for him. I didn't think Reed played particularly well today. He played okay, but he didn't play as good as I think he should play. But we should be able to cover for each other. You know, this guy's not playing great, I'll step in and let me play. Kind of what happened today.
All right, thanks, folks.
Thanks, guys.